Check it out. I'm in the middle of Washington, D.C. and we got a road closed in the middle of Rock Creek Park. It's a beautiful snow day, and I couldn't resist taking a walk out here. It's been some time since I made a video, and a lot's been going on with my body and my mind, and I thought I would do an update, but I really wanted to have a pretty environment, and this kind of does it. You know, the snow is coming down. It is now pretty much the last week of February, and last week I passed my 6 months eating vegan. So 6 months with this body with no chicken or cheese or eggs or milk or butter, meat, beef, pork, lamb, salmon, and all other types of fish, tuna, all that stuff. It is definitely a different reality, you know? It's a different world not having that food, and I'm still adjusting to how to prepare enough food and eat enough. I'm eating a lot more fruit. I mean, just a ridiculous amount of fruit, but it's hard to come by. I'm learning a lot about how hard it can be in the middle of the winter and how skimpy certain supplies get in the middle of the winter. But I also have been eating a lot more in the way of starches, such as potatoes, yams, also grains, legumes. So, what else? Onion soup, things like that. This is so pretty. Look at this. That's the road. We're in the middle of the capital. How insane is that? And it's incredibly quiet here as well, and deserted. So I had a window of time here after dropping my kid off at school, so it's nice to get a little outdoor time, you know? Oh, so the last couple months have been really interesting. Since the last video, I think 2 videos ago I did one when we were in Florida for the holidays, and then one little brief one which I haven't put up yet, but I guess now when you see this it'll be up about our citrus juicer. So we've been drinking a lot of citrus, and I found these big 10-pound bags of grapefruits at Costco for $7.50, and from those I could make 2.5 jars of juice. So really a good price. You know, $3.25 a jar. I'm happy, or a little more than that. What is it? $3.75. Anyway, drinking a lot of citrus and have gotten cold. You know, the whole family's gotten sick twice since Christmas. The second time, which was about 2 weeks ago, I went into a state with my body where I started expelling, you know, hacking and coughing and phlegm and lots of congestion and a lot of tension in my body. And just stayed on the diet, you know, started pounding the fruit, started getting access to grapes, just pounding grapes. I found some nice organic grapes in Safeway. I was all excited, the little globe grapes with the seeds. I've been learning about how grape seeds can be good for you, so I've been mowing those with the seeds. And just consuming all that fruit has had a huge effect on furthering this phlegm and in my chest and my sinus in my head. So there's been a lot of draining, and here I am 2 weeks later, and I'm still pushing stuff out. The feeling of being achy and sick is gone, but it's not as though my chest and my sinus have cleared up by any means. They're continuing to have little bits, and every day I hack up some chunk of phlegm or something, and Well, the whole time I'm thinking, this is great. You know, this is something Robert Morse talks about a lot. He says like, oh, if you want to get stuff out of your system, just go hang out with somebody who's got the flu. And I kind of get that now, you know, like I get the flu. I didn't quite have the flu, but I had flu-like symptoms. And my body just started to move all this stuff out. And now that I'm 6 months of a vegan diet, there's no phlegm-creating junk in my system on top of all the fruit that I'm eating. It's like there's a total release of some deep congestion. So it can be annoying, you know. I hack a lot and I blow my nose, and a lot of crud coming out of my head, coming out of my nose, a lot of chunks of things, and it's nasty. But at the same time, it's a one-way street. There's nothing like that going in. I shouldn't say nothing, because, you know, the more that I go down this journey, the more I realize that your sensitivity adjusts, and you become aware that certain foods that before you thought were super good for you can also be somewhat mucus producing or phlegm producing. And I'm talking about just, you know, a cooked bowl of potato leek soup and things like that compared to grapes. But, you know, in the scheme of things, I haven't made a raw commitment. I've made a vegan commitment. And to the extent that I can eat fruit and be more on the fruitarian side and raw, I'm experiencing a lot of benefit. Because the reality is that I feel amazing. You know, at the macro level, I feel unbelievably amazing. I'll just give you guys a pan of this. Check this out. Right? Not a car. I saw one guy running in the woods a minute ago. But it's absolutely stunning out here. The snow's coming down. It's falling right now. Yeah, it's pretty cool. So 6 months vegan. How amazing is it? I'm going to switch hands here. Like this. It's really blowing my mind, frankly. I can't express how beautiful it feels. Liberating. I think that's the main word that I keep coming back to. I feel liberated from all of the weight and the complexity and the hassle and all the about food. You know, food is always so great when you're eating it. And then there's 1,000 things that after you eat it, you feel less than. You feel achy, you feel tired, you feel stiff, you feel grumbly, your stomach, you gurgle, in your tummy, you fart, you know, gas and all those things. I'm free. I mean, totally free of all that stuff. Except a sort of low-grade aspect of it that I can tell you it's not because of the food I'm eating in the moment causing that. It's definitely like because there's junk coming out that's been there a while. And I can sense that. I can feel it. Other things that are happening are like my intuition is increasing. I'm becoming more attuned to my own intuition, trusting how I feel as a guide to decision making, instead of how I feel becoming sort of an obstacle to progress, to decision making, because I'm getting worked up all the time. I'm not getting worked up all the time. I mean, I have my ups and downs. I have my emotions. I have stresses and fears and I don't know, perspectives that have weight emotionally, but I'm just not getting embroiled in my own emotions. I gotta pan more. Just look at that tree. Look at that. Yeah. How cool is that? So gorgeous. I am so looking forward to the next half of the year until I arrive at Woodstock Fruit Festival in the Adirondacks. I thought it was in the Catskills, but I just found out it's actually in southern Adirondacks, sort of near Saranac, near Saratoga Springs, in that vicinity. So I'm trying to plan a week before that with my family on a lake the week before that. So I'm going to get 2 weeks in the Adirondacks, which is just heavenly. I'm so looking forward to that. And that's a week before the Woodstock Fruit Festival, a week of the Woodstock Fruit Festival. I expect to be feeling pretty darn good around that time. So, other things I'm experiencing, like, there's this clearing of my head. I just mean like the mucusy clearing. I mean, like, mentally clearing. I'm seeing things clearer. I'm thinking clearer, It makes me more confident, but it's a different kind of confidence than I've experienced before in my life. It's a confidence that comes from a sense of balance. It's a confidence that comes from in here, a sense of, and my abdomen. I guess I've always struggled with chest and abdomen in terms of a sense of security. Those have been areas that I've always stuffed, and now I'm at a stage where I'm more at peace in my center core. I guess, like, chemically, biologically, because I'm just treating it so much better. And that is lending itself to more of a sense of overall balance and stability and confidence and well-being about everything, So I can't believe I'm only halfway in my goal. I'm only halfway on my 1-year goal of eating vegan. I'm halfway there. Look at this. This is about as opposite as it gets from my first videos at the Woodstock Fruit Festival. At Woodstock. At the Woodstock event for Richie Havens. Look at this. That was August 18th, 2013. And here I am on the, here the earth is on the other side of its orbit around the sun. And here we are experiencing winter instead of a beautiful green lush summer with everyone frolicking in the grass. I'm out here and it's the winter time and it's just stunning. It's beautiful. So I don't know, I feel like I have so much to say. I'm already at 13 minutes. So I don't want to blab on and on. But I'm grateful. I'm happy. I tell you, the depression is gone. It's gone. Freaking gone. Just knocked out, finally. Now I have a lot to do. I have a lot to clean up. I have a lot of fences to mend. Because during this period of some years where I was pretty extremely depressed, a lot of things piled up on me, particularly with people I care about, with emotions, and with family, with friends, with colleagues. Little stuff. It's all little stuff, but that's what I get that expression now about fences to mend. I grew up with animals and horses and such, and it's sort of an ongoing thing where you have to work the fence or else they get out. And it's not the end of the world, it's not a big erroneous crime, but it needs to be done. And I was not minding the store of my life as thoroughly as I really probably should have been, and certainly as thoroughly as I would need to be at the level of contentment and satisfaction that I want to have. So that process is ongoing now. I'm certainly not letting things pile up like that anymore. I'm handling things much more in real time now, so that as situations rise up, I still get overwhelmed, and, well, overwhelmed's a big word. Maybe I get intimidated by certain situations, and I find that I'm inspired mostly by dramas that I watch on TV, by different characters, by the way certain things are handled. It gives me confidence to just sort of center myself, make a choice of what I'm going to do, and take action. And know that I'm just going to have to deal with how well I hit that ball and whether or not I hit the target and whether or not it's going to have success or not. And that's working out okay, you know? I have mostly successes, have some situations that fall flat, but I'm not accumulating now because I'm actively working, mending my fences and staying on top of, you know, the relationships, the business opportunities, the things like that. But I feel good. I feel good. I have half a year left. You know, this as spring breaks. My next plan, really, I purchased a 3-month supply of parasite cleansing herbs. And I am going to pound out some worms. That is really the next step. Right now I'm riding out the end of the winter here with some citrus. Still eating a lot of salads, tons of grapes. I'm working on papayas, mangoes, and these are obviously fruits that are coming from other parts of the country or the world. But that's fine. It was a bit of a drought in the middle of the winter. It really like, you know, like around January, I was shocked at how little there was around, so I was eating a lot of potatoes and things like that. But now I'm back more with fruits. Anyway. Yeah, just gorgeous. Gorgeous. These are horse paddocks that are obviously not in use right now, but beautiful. Beautiful. So until next time, just a little update on how things have been going. I am on my game. I'm working it. I just haven't been able to make a lot of videos. I've not felt so good because I've been working through a lot of stuff. But I wanted to just make a video to put out there that I'm half a year into vegan. I'm staying with the program. And as I come out of this winter now, I'm going to do a cleanse. I'm going to work this parasite cleanse, probably overlap that a little bit with some master cleanse, and just go into like a refreshing spring cleansey thing. And then it's physical activity, you know? Then it's exercise and pounding the fruits and vegetables, just pounding them. Made some upgrades to my juicing situation. I mean, there's so much to check in on. There's so much to show. I'm excited. I was looking at my videos the other day and thinking, man, so I've got, whatever, nearly 100 videos up, and it's exciting for me just to express all this and have it for me to look at. It's a touchstone for me in my own journey, and I'm very excited about that. Very excited to achieve my goal, and this year, you know, get lean and feel really physically, you know? So, peace out. Hope everybody's doing well, because it's quite a good year. I think it's going to be a great year. It's going to be just a great year. I haven't been able to say that for a long time. I'm excited about 2014. All the best.